In the quiet hum of my apartment, surrounded by the glow of computer screens, my life was about to change in ways I couldn't have imagined. My name is Alex, a 28-year-old software engineer with an unquenchable thirst for the unknown. By day, I worked on mundane code for a tech company, but by night, I transformed into an amateur astronomer, my eyes and mind roaming the cosmos. It was a typical Saturday night. I was fiddling with my latest project, a custom-built software designed to scan radio frequencies from space. I had no grand expectations. It was just a hobby, fueled by childhood dreams of contacting alien life. As the clock struck midnight, my monitors flickered with a series of strange readings. At first, I thought it was a glitch, but the patterns were too deliberate, too rhythmic. Leaning closer, I adjusted the frequencies, and there it was, a clear, structured signal, unlike anything terrestrial. My heart raced. Could it be an actual message from an extraterrestrial source? I spent the next few hours verifying the data, ensuring it wasn't a satellite or a cosmic joke. The signal was real, originating from a distant galaxy. The following weeks were a blur of activity. I posted my findings on astronomy forums, sparking heated debates and skepticism. But then, it happened. One evening, after coming home from a long day at work, I found two men in dark suits waiting at my door. They introduced themselves as agents from a government agency I'd never heard of. They had seen my posts and were interested in the signal. I was both excited and nervous as they led me to a secret research facility hidden away in a nondescript building downtown. Inside, I was introduced to a team of scientists and military officials. They were assembling a group of experts to analyze and decipher the signal, and they wanted me, a mere software engineer with a hobbyist's telescope, to join them. As I sat in the high-tech lab, surrounded by screens and equipment straight out of a sci-fi movie, I realized my life was no longer just about lines of code and debugging. I was on the brink of something monumental, something that could change humanity's understanding of our place in the universe. The adventure had just begun, and I, Alex, was at its center. The first few days at the secret facility were like walking through a dream. The building was a labyrinth of corridors, labs, and meeting rooms, all buzzing with activity. I was given an ID badge with my name, Alex, and a title I never thought I'd have, Extraterrestrial Communications Analyst. It sounded like something out of a movie, yet here I was, living it. My team was an eclectic mix of individual scientists, cryptographers, linguists, and military strategists. I was the odd one out, the only software engineer, but my role was crucial. My discovery had brought us all together, and now we were tasked with deciphering the alien signal. Each day was a deep dive into the unknown. We analyzed the signal structure, frequency, and modulation, trying to crack the code of this cosmic message. The work was intense and exhausting, but I loved every minute of it. The possibility of making first contact with an alien civilization fueled our determination. As weeks turned into months, we started to make progress. The signal was complex, but patterns emerged, hinting at a language, a deliberate form of communication. We developed algorithms to translate these patterns, and slowly, a message began to form. Then one evening, as I was poring over lines of data, the room fell silent. We had done it. We had translated part of the message. It was an invitation, an offer to share knowledge and possibly more. The implications were staggering. This was not just a scientific breakthrough, it was a diplomatic one too. The next step was clear. We had to respond. The team worked tirelessly to formulate a reply. We debated every word, every frequency, ensuring our message was clear and non-threatening. I was given the honor of sending the response, the same fingers that once wrote mundane software, now communicating with an alien race. The days that followed were a mix of anxiety and anticipation. What if they didn't reply? What if we had misunderstood their message? But then, just when doubts started to creep in, the signal returned, stronger, and more elaborate than before. They had received our message, and they wanted to meet. I remember standing in the control room, a mix of scientists and military personnel around me, as the realization dawned on us all. We were about to embark on the most extraordinary diplomatic mission in human history, and I.e., Alex, a software engineer with a passion for the stars, was going to be part of it. The journey into the unknown had just taken a giant leap forward. The atmosphere at the facility was electric with anticipation. We had received coordinates from the alien signal, a location in deep space. It was a daunting realization. We were being invited to their world. I was surprised when I was chosen to be part of the delegation to make the journey. "We need someone who understands the signal, and you're the best we have, Alex," the project director said. I felt a mix of pride and apprehension. I was about to venture into the unknown, far beyond any human exploration. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of preparations. We trained in simulated space environments, learned protocols for first contact, and studied everything we knew about the signal and the potential biology of the aliens. The team was a blend of astronauts, scientists, and diplomats, and I found myself becoming close friends with Maria, a linguist, and Dr. Singh, an astrobiologist. Our journey began aboard a spacecraft equipped with the latest technology, including an experimental engine that could travel faster than anything before. As Earth faded into a blue speck behind us, the weight of our mission settled in. We were humanity's ambassadors, venturing into the unknown in the name of peace and knowledge. The journey took weeks, but finally we arrived at the coordinates. What greeted us was beyond imagination. A planet teeming with vivid colors and strange structures, unlike anything on Earth. It was both beautiful and intimidating. As we entered its orbit, we received a transmission. The aliens, who called themselves the Iridians, welcomed us. They were humanoid, with iridescent skin and large, expressive eyes. Their technology was advanced, yet they seemed cautious, their messages always polite but measured. The Iridians guided our ship to a safe landing on the planet's surface. I remember the first step I took, a mix of awe and fear. The air was breathable, the gravity slightly lighter than Earth's. The landscape was a tapestry of bioluminescent flora and towering structures. Our first face-to-face meeting with the Iridians was surreal. They were taller than us, moving with a graceful fluidity. Their language was melodic, and thanks to our preparation, we could understand and communicate. The initial exchanges were formal, filled with greetings and expressions of goodwill. Over the following days, we learned about their culture and technology. The Iridians were fascinated by our presence, just as we were by theirs. They showed us their achievements in art, science, and what seemed like their version of music. It was a cultural exchange like no other. But as I immersed myself in this alien world, I couldn't shake off a feeling of unease. The Iridians were hospitable, but there was a hesitancy in their interactions. I wondered what their true feelings were about us, about humanity intruding into their world. As the days passed, I realized that this first contact was just the beginning. We had opened a door to a new relationship, a new era. But the path ahead was uncertain, and I, Alex, was at the heart of it, a witness to history in the making.